Card collecting isn't a flood. It's a slow drip over eons that eventually carves the Grand Canyon. Not every card can be a monster, but they can all be special. Here are some more random pickups from random places. A few weeks back, I had a day off for fall break. I went right to my local card shop. The Phillies had just crashed out of the playoffs again, and I wanted to wrap up the team set for 2024. So I dug through the commons to get my hands on the 2024 cards for Carlos Estevez and Austin Hayes, both who came over at the trade deadline, neither of whom will likely be back next year to get a card in a Phillies uniform. Also, Buddy Kennedy's rookie card from 2023. He got called up late this year and had a few fun at-bats. He'll likely be back in AAA again next year. I picked up the loan card for Luis Ortiz from 2019 Topps. Ortiz appeared in a single game for the Phillies this year, in which he sprained his ankle, sending him to rehab, where he then blew out his elbow, requiring Tommy John surgery. One single game. But he was on the team, so the card goes in the team set. Along the same lines, I got the first Bowman of Ricardo Pinto, who appeared in 6 games this year, and Tyler Gilbert, and Seth Johnson. All these guys only played in a handful of games, but I like to add them to the team set, so in 20 years, I can remember who the heck they were. Another random card I picked up was the 1989 Upper Deck card number 341. I do have a complete set, as detailed back in episode 43, and that set had a single creased card in it. This LCS was a perfect spot to spend a quarter to make my 89 Upper Deck set truly mint. I spent an hour or so chatting with the owners about cards, and I rifled through all kinds of their boxes. I found an 85 Topps Tiffany of interim manager Paul Owens. When I see a Tiffany out in the wild, I'll snag them up for a coin or two. They brought out the old stuff for me too, and in a box of mismatched pre-war vintage, I came across this Bill Hubbell card. I knew it was around 1923, but this design and photo was used in a number of sets, including the E220 American Caramels, the E120 Nielsen's Chocolates, and the W573 strip card. After closer inspection, it became clear it was a W573 strip card. It had a blank back, the cardstock was fairly thin, and there was no gloss on the front. Bill Hubbell wasn't a particularly good pitcher, and amassed a career-losing record. He almost died when he took a comeback line drive off his temple, landing him in the hospital for a good while, and leading him to have to wear a metal plate under his hat when he pitched, which he didn't do too much of after that injury. As I was nickel and diming my way through the list, a guy came in and dropped 4 figures on some Prism basketball, and ripped it right there to find a Shimmer Prism Wembanyama rookie numbered to 25 of some kind. He was over the moon excited. I even gave him a high five, but I was happier with my little stack, and the random W573 Bill Hubbell, which will join another 573 that I already own. A random card in a random box in a random spot that I wasn't looking for, but am very happy to have. I've also been fairly active on eBay of late, but only for one specific reason: Visa gift cards. These things are such a pain in the neck and should be banned from our economy. I had accumulated several, all with small balances remaining, and it is nearly impossible to use them when they get low. So with a couple of bucks on several different cards, I went through eBay looking for dollar cards to blow the balances. So just to use the darn gift cards before they expire, I got a Topps Chrome Pat the Bat Burrell rookie for $1 shipped, and a 2024 minor league card for David Dahl, another player with a brief stint with the club this year, and the 94 Topps Black Gold Lenny Dykstra, and an autographed 2008 Wes Helms, and an autographed 96 Ricky Pitalico, who's on the Phillies postgame show now. These aren't cards I would ever otherwise pick up, but for the fact that I had to find a way to use these darn Visa gift card balances. Perhaps the best use of a low-balance Visa gift card was the 4 Phillies cards in the Topps update set this year. I'm glad that Jeff Hoffman finally got a card. Christopher Sanchez, too, although his card is curiously missing an RC designation. Spencer Turnbull was in the lot, too, who was worth the low-dollar risk of signing him this year, but who just can't seem to stay healthy. Michael Rucker was the lone miss for Topps this year. Rucker was on the active roster for just 2 days and never appeared in a game. They later dealt him. So we've got another phantom card here. See episode 32 for more on that little topic. After my careful purchases, I still have balances on these stupid cards, but all are under $1 now, so I'm happy to just throw them out. A Visa gift card with 42 cents on it is more trouble than it's worth. Out with the gift cards, in with the baseball cards. A fair swap in my estimation. Maybe the next big idea in charity is a public trust charity where everybody can dump the last 38 cents on their Visa gift card, and it can just do some good in the world. The biggest acquisition of late came from a Facebook T206 group where I saw a nice T206 John Titus. This is a tricky card to find, as it's the only T206 card of them all where the player has a mustache. It carries some cachet that way, so these can get pricey. I saw this one come up in a lot, and it was crease-free with beautiful color. I had just received my second YouTube revenue check, and so had a few dollars to go after it. $150 later, and Mr. Mustache is safely in my collection. This is the second card purchased solely with YouTube revenue, following the 34 Gaudy high number Dolph Camilli as detailed back in episode 58. My profound thanks to you for the support of the channel through your viewership. I now own 2 special cards as a result of your generosity. Welcome, Mr. Titus. Your mustache is legendary, even if your baseball career was only mediocre. The bar is open, and the drinks are free. The drip of collecting, little cards here, a big card there, in random places when you're not looking, is what builds a collection worth sharing. So keep at it. Thanks for watching. Random places yield random scores. So we'll see you next time on Baseball Card Stories, Legends, and more.